Spirit Radio Dan style. I guess we're doing episode number 3 this time. So we're going to see how this all turns out. Covering my favorite topic of all. Well, probably. I don't know. There's a lot of favorite topics. Let's just be honest. So anyway, first off, this is Dan again. Hopefully you guys are enjoying what I'm doing here. You know what? Frankly, I'm enjoying it. If no one listens, then so be it. I'll probably still keep doing this. It's just kind of a lot of fun for me. But today's show is going to be called Coincidence, or at least that's probably I'm going to call it. Obviously, as we found out in the first 2 shows, I'm really bad about staying on topic. So today, I'm going to do my best to do this whole coincidence thing. So right off the bat, we're going to cover the definition, or at least the first definition that popped up online. I'm not going to go digging too awful far, but it's a remarkable concurrence of events or circumstances without apparent causal connection. Also, I guess it can be correspondence in nature or in time of occurrence. Coincidence has, I don't know, some other terms that are known. I like synchronicity. That's one. It's also a very, very cool Police song back in the day. But synchronicities, coincidence, coinkydinks, as some people call it, which is the same damn thing. I'm not like I'm being creative there. But essentially, it's a situation that occurs that seems to have some sort of random connection to something else. I frequently, when I use the word coincidence, I do finger quotes because I don't believe in them. So that's right off the bat. We're going to hit the nail on the head and claim that I don't believe in coincidence. That's really the big whole point of this entire discussion that we're doing today is going to be kind of around that concept. If you believe in them, that's great. I'm not trying to talk you out of that. I'm just going to kind of throw my opinion out there and, I don't know, see what you think. But, okay, so where do I go with this whole coincidence thing? Well, let me talk about a few examples of things in life that I think are very cool. And maybe even, maybe we'll get into one that is kind of more... I don't know. We're going to see where this goes because I suck at planning stuff. So let's just be honest. So coincidence. I want to talk about the thought of like a shooting star. And I'm getting into this because I want this is going to lead into the rest of other aspects of this. But if you think about it for half a second, unless you're sky watching, unless you're focused on one area of the sky and just staring at it for minutes and minutes or hours or however long, and eventually a shooting star happens to fall in line with the direction you're looking, all right, that's less of a coincidence. You're looking for it, and so I'm not impressed. But, and this has happened to me a lot of times, and I'm assuming I'm not alone in this, but if you're just like cruising along, walking, driving, whatever the heck, then all of a sudden you kind of glance in a different direction. I just actually did that. I'm on a microphone right now, and I just tried to look away. That's why that changed, right? You can see me, right? You can see me look away, and that doesn't work when you're on a microphone and no one can see you. Anywho, when you look in a different direction, I didn't do it this time. Pretty good, right? I'm just saying I'm learning. I'm a learning guy here. But yeah, if you look away, and all of a sudden, boom, and bah, there's it is. Shooting star goes shooting by, and the sound effects are free, by the way. I didn't pay extra for those. I know. They're really good. I know. You don't have to tell me. I understand. No, don't need to comment and say, dude, sound effects were amazing. I know. So yeah, when you look off and then suddenly just like you're looking ahead and then all of a sudden, bam, you look off to the corner of your eye, boom, shooting star, down there again. I know, again. That is called coincidence. That's amazing. That is the whole point of my discussion today. Nothing, and I really mean this. Now, you don't have to believe there's lots of books out there, and I feel free to read, and maybe at some point I'll start citing stuff like this. But for now, I'm just spouting off stuff that matters to me, or maybe things when I'm having little discussions with people are like, well, what do you think about blah, blah, blah. This is kind of where the discussions tend to go. So I'm starting off with what I call the basics, and who knows where I go from here. So again, shooting star is kind of an example. When it comes out of nowhere and you actually see it, in my opinion, those are remarkable moments. Those are amazing moments. And I'm going to take this one step further. I'm going to actually go, well, I'm going to take an intermediary step, and then I'll take it a step further. Intermediary step. You ever bumped into someone randomly? Okay, shoot. We're going to have 2 intermediary steps. We're also going to do the random phone calls or text messages. But have you ever bumped into someone randomly? Meaning, like you're driving down to the local coffee shop. I might call it Starbucks. I happen to spend a little time at a different coffee shop on weekends that I'm more fond of. But whatever your place of enjoyment is. But you leave your house, you got like a 10-minute drive or whatever the heck it is, 15-minute drive. Let's make it somewhat fun. And you happen to bump into someone at exactly the same time you get down there. Now, when you think about it, when you backtrack, you're like, oh, yeah, I was walking out the door. Oh, yeah, and I forgot my keys. Had to turn around, walk back up the stairs, go grab my keys. All right, I got back out of the car, backed out. And some guy in a car was driving by. I had to stop really quick because I was pulling out of the garage, and then all of a sudden I'm on my way. Heading down, I hit 4 red lights because there's only 6 lights to get down there, and it was early in the morning, and the odds of hitting a red light at that time of day are freaking ridiculous. But somehow I managed to hit 4 red lights. And all of that, the perfect amount of timing was set up for me to bump into that person at exactly the time I showed up. Life is truly amazing. It's a dance. It's poetic. It's when you really sit down and think about all of the things that have to come into play to make something possible or to make the timing work out, it really is truly amazing. There's no way around it. I believe it was Shakespeare that said, this is a theater, this is a play, and we're all actors. This is a theater, and we're all actors. I don't know, something along those lines. You probably know the quote better than I do, but you know what I'm talking about. And it really is. It's a dance. It's poetry. It's we're all tied in this together. That is honestly a much deeper concept, the fact that we are all interconnected, and really where this concept is leading probably in future episodes. Another example, you're sitting around at home, and you're like, oh, Joanna, it just popped into my head. Oh, my God. And boom, she texts you. Or, oh, I'm thinking of so-and-so, or I had a dream about so-and-so, and then all of a sudden you see him the next morning at work or whatever, or at play, whatever. You bump into him. These are those interconnected, kind of random, coincident kind of situations that are, in my opinion, truly amazing. So a lot of things to continue to consider because there's all this interconnectedness that we seem to have. So what is this all leading into as I managed to make it halfway through this whole ensemble? I'm doing okay time-wise for once. What this really all in my mind means and what really the key to this whole coincidence thing, whatever we notice, whatever you are paying attention to is for you. That really, I just got chill. I gave myself chills. Like, really, what are the freaking odds of that, right? That's kind of jacked up. Chills are a great example that you're onto something, by the way, boys and girls. If you're out and about and something happens, have a random thought, having a discussion with something, and you say something kind of crazy, something coincidental, something spiritual, whatever the heck, and suddenly you get chills, yeah, the odds are you're onto something. Like, your soul's like barking at you. It's like, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, yeah, no, okay, cool. So back to my little point here. Everything that you experience is for you. Now, you and 4 other people can experience the same thing at the same time. So it's not like, I'm not trying to say like the world revolves around you, even though it likely does. But what I am saying is that these things that your attention sees, that that are in your focus, in your consciousness, in your moments, are for you. So example, 4 people, you guys all see the same thing at the same time. It means something different to every one of you. It's not the same to each of you. Each of you that hold the telephone game, you've probably heard of it, right? Where you get like 10 people in a circle and you whisper one thing in the first person's ear and you're like, the park at the end of the street is full of green grass and lots of kids love playing there. And then everyone whispers that same thing to the next person. And by the time it gets to the 10th person and they whisper it back to you, they're like, the green tree next to the blue oaks where lots of people play golf has swing sets. Not even close. Well, it's sort of close, but it's not even the same damn thing. Sometimes it's even worse. The brown house next to the blue bird is full of chalk or whatever. The point is that all of you are going to experience it and see it in different ways. So again, I go back to the original point of the shooting star. A shooting star, you're driving, you're looking ahead, bam, all of a sudden you look up to, 45 degrees and up, and boom, whoo, shooting star coming back through your life. Amazing, right? Very cool. Make a wish, whatever you do. Bumping into that random person, or maybe you're, we can bring up from previous shows, which whether you remember or listen to or not, but the last show of Manifestation, the beach ball. Suddenly that beach ball pops into your world, and you see it, and you're like, oh my God, there's my beach ball. And this doesn't count, by the way, if you still haven't seen your beach ball. This really shouldn't count. You should still be looking for another beach ball. But the fact that these things will pop in, for me, a couple things that are really super symbolic. One, numbers. For a lot of you guys, start paying attention. If you're new to the spiritual thing, start paying attention to 1111. It's usually one of the first places you're going to start seeing number patterns. But the fact that you looked at the clock at that exact time is a great example. Someone that I happen to be very fond of is really, she says 420. She brings up 420 all the frickin' time, and it cracks me up because she's not even like a pot smoker, and 420 is like a pot smoker thing, and it just cracks me up. The chick is funny as hell. She makes me laugh all the time, but 420, right? That's a good one. But 1111, 555, I see that one almost every single day. Another couple really significant things to me. Hummingbirds. Hummingbirds are amazing. One, it's the only bird that can fly backwards. Pretty incredible, but hummingbirds are beautiful, very symbolic, very wonderful. I love dragonflies. If I see a dragonfly, that oftentimes means something. Ladybugs are another one. I know it's stupid, right? How gay is this guy on the microphone? Hopefully not, but I like women. But anyway, these are all symbols to me. They're all amazingly special. And if you see these kinds of things, and you might have your own special things that you see frequently, I recommend going online and looking them up. One thing I'm very fond of looking up, shaman, totem, and animals. A lot of times you can, through that, or, shaman totems, you're probably going to get something for Worlds of Warcraft. But Native American, animal symbols, any of those kinds of key search items, and you're going to find some really, really remarkable stuff when it comes to, maybe you see hawks flying over you. Again, what are you seeing? What's popping into your field of view? It's for you. It's your symbols. It's your soul talking to you. You're not necessarily going to see my symbols. You might see some of them, but you're not going to see necessarily my symbols. You're going to see your symbols. You're going to see roses. You're going to see bugs, a pill bug, a grasshopper, a praying mantis. You're going to see birds chirping, crows, maybe an opossum, maybe a raccoon. Maybe you live out in some crazy place and they got animals I don't even know. It's going to happen to you in your way. Could be the paper boy every single day. You just seem to time it, and he's driving by, and you're out there at the same time. You guys are sharing a connection. He's seeing you as well. You're not alone. Again, we're all connected. This is a dance. This is poetry. So my point is, as I slowly wind this down, the point of this entire discussion is we are all in this together. We are all one. We're all sharing this experience on this orb, and our experiences all tie together. Pay attention to everything that happens to you. If you're noticing it, it is for you. Seriously, nothing is too small. I kid you not. Start paying attention. Stop and smell the roses. That's really what that phrase has to do with. Just every once in a while, just notice what's around you. Be a part of your surroundings. Be a part of the moment. Stop being so focused on, I got to get here, I got to get there, I got to do this, got to do that. Stay in the moment. Where are you right now? You're heading to wherever you're going. That's great. Where are you right now? Enjoy the moment. Be in the moment. 20 minutes from now, when you get off the freeway off-ramp and you get to your doctor's appointment, cool. In 20 minutes, your now is going to be at the doctor's appointment. You're in the timing. You're fine. Enjoy the moment where you're at. Look for what's around you. So that's kind of, I don't know, the point of this. And for once, I think I kind of stayed on topic. Manifestation was the last one, and I was all over the damn place. This time it's paying attention. It's the coincidences. It's staying in the moment. There's a lot of really, really great things that will happen to all of you in the moment. Happens to me every day in the moment. Love it. It's kind of honestly what makes life magical. It puts a smile on my face so many times in the day, I can't even tell you. Spirit Radio, Dan Style. I think we did another episode here. Hope you guys like. Send comments, do all that stuff, and subscribe, please. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks.